All right, everybody. Today we are going to be going over lesson 1 of booklet 3, that is adding decimals. For this lesson, you only need the lesson itself, which is 1 page long, as well as the worksheet, which is going to be 2 pages long for this lesson. Now, I won't make this video too long as this will just be a review. I did already teach you how to add numbers the long way in the last booklet, booklet 2. So if you're looking for a more detailed explanation, you might want to refer back to booklet 2, lesson 0, adding and subtracting by hand. So let's get started. On 3 days of their vacation, the Martin family drove 136.7 kilometers, 151 kilometers, and 145.8 kilometers through the Rocky Mountains. How many kilometers did they drive in total? Now, I've already taken step 1 for you, but what you would need to do is line up each of your numbers one above the other. Please remember that each of the place values should be on top of each other. As you can see here, our tenths are all above each other. Our decimals all line up, as well as our ones, our tens, and our hundreds place value. They're all in line with one another. Feel free to make your numbers as large as possible because there will be some writing that we need to do on top of them. Next, we add as whole numbers starting from the right column and moving towards the left. So I'm just going to draw a plus sign and a line underneath, and we're going to start with our first column over there. All right, let's use blue. So 7 plus 0 plus 8 gives us 15. Remember that when you get a 2-digit sum, you draw the first digit at the top of the next column, in this case that's a 1, and the second digit below, making 15. Next, 1 plus 6 plus 1 plus 5. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 1 is 8, plus 5 gives us 13. So I draw 13 like this. Next, 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 5 is 9, plus another 4 gives us 13. And finally, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 gives us 4. I make sure to carry down the decimal, and I get an answer of 433.5 kilometers. Make sure to include your units. Example 2. Add 3.2, 0.567, and 4.79 to get their sum. So, the first thing that I'm going to do, because the question does not do it for me, is line up the numbers. 3.2, 0.567, and 4.79. Now, what I like to do when we have empty spaces above or below other numbers is I like to throw in zeros. That will help us with our addition, and that is part of step 1, adding in zeros to fill in the empty place values. Good. Now, we're summing these, which means to add them together. So I'm going to draw a plus sign, a line underneath, and we're going to answer this in blue again. 0 plus 7 plus 0 is 7. 0 plus 6 plus 9 is 15. 1 up there, 5 below. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 5 is 8. Plus 7 is 15. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 0 is still 4. Plus 4 is 8. Bring the decimal down, and our answer is 8.557. All right, try the next couple examples on your own, pause the video, and then come back to check your answers with mine. The Martins continued their trip for 3 more days, traveling 123 kilometers, 176.3 kilometers, and 151.5 kilometers. How far did they travel in total? In total means that we're adding this up for those 3 days. Start off by filling in a 0 where necessary. I'm going to add a 0.0 to the 123. And we start with the rightmost column. 0 plus 3 plus 5 is 8. 3 plus 6 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 7 is 10. Plus 5 is 15. And 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. So we can say that therefore, these 3 dots mean therefore. We often use them for our final statement. Therefore, they traveled 450.8 kilometers. Question B. Add 6.4, 10. Remember, we're being very careful to line up each of our place values. Here I am lining up 6.4 and 10.91. I know I've done this correctly because the decimals are on top of each other, as are the ones, the tenths, and everything else. We also need to add up 0.56. Okay. Throw in the plus sign, throw in the line, fill in the zeros where necessary, and we'll solve in blue. 0 plus 1 plus 6 is 7. 4 plus 9 is 13. Plus 5 is 18. So throw a 1 up here. I don't have much space, but I'm going to throw a 1 up here. And I believe I said 18. So the 8 down there. 1 plus 6 is 7. And 0 plus 1 plus 0 is just 1. So, therefore, the answer is 17.87. Finally, we're going to add 13, 2.565. I don't have a decimal in 13, but I know that I still need to line up the ones, so I put the 2 directly underneath the 3. This is the trickiest part. Make sure that you're taking your time. Our last number is 0.14, so they should line up exactly like shown on my screen. Next, we draw the addition and a line. We throw in zeros where necessary. There's quite a few empty spots here. And then we start adding up. The first column is easy. 0 plus 5 plus 0 is just 5. Second column, 0 plus 6 plus 4 is 10. 1 plus 5 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. 3 plus 2 is 5. And this one just carries down. So therefore, the answer is 15.705. As usual, if you have any questions, please let me know and spend some time completing the worksheet that follows this. Thank you.